Sagittarius, welcome to the Jezebel Way Tarot. Today I'm going to be doing your second half love reading. Just going to be a quick, short, freestyle read for second half. So let's see what we got for you in love in July, Sagittarius. Divine timing. Return to nature. Endless abundance. So somebody needs to get back and take some time for themselves, it looks like, and get back to their authentic self. This wanted to come out. Worry not. Okay, this is saying take a time out, Sagittarius. There may be some issues for you with self-care. Maybe some issues with getting over something or taking a break from the world. You may just need to take some time out. So let's see what we got for love. You may be overwhelmed with work or with family life or with something. And you may just need to take a break. Get your vibration raised. Practice your self-care. Whatever that means to you. You may have a lover that's taken a lot out of you. Maybe need to protect your energy a little more. Yeah, so we've got some truth coming out. We've got some new beginnings happening. I think you're looking for a new opportunity in life. Again, getting back to authentic self energy. I think you've been stuck in a rut, so you've put on the brakes on something. No more juggling for you. You're done juggling. I think this is saying that maybe some of your needs aren't getting met as they should be. You're over a tower situation. You're trying to salvage something also. I think that you're worried here that you're trying to stop, pump the brakes, right? You're looking for a new opportunity in life. You're going to be getting that. Business, I think, if for those of you who have your own business, this may be an issue about overworking, right? You're overworking yourself. And you may need to take some time, pump the brakes a little bit, remember where your abundance lies. Stop juggling too many things, or you're going to hit a brick wall, right? It's going to be a train wreck here. So I think you're looking to bring back yourself. Looks like your business is doing well. You're running it well. The money's coming in. So it may be okay now for you to be able to take a break. Come back to yourself is what it's saying. Take some time out for yourself. Take some time out for your family, perhaps, or a lover. Looks like daily life's starting to become a little bit overwhelming, and you want to just steal away and hide away, but you're unable to do that. You're surrounded by people who are takers, right? They're taking. And you could be surrounded by people offering you different things, and you just kind of want to be alone. You're overwhelmed with having to fill all of these cups all of the time. This may be taking away from relationship, maybe taking the joy out of your foundation. If you don't take a break, take time for yourself, it may affect the foundation of what it is you're trying to achieve here with your work. I think you're tired of fighting something. You're tired of conflict. You want to lay that down. So I think you probably had to speak up in a situation in which you weren't feeling supported. Pumping the brakes again. No forward movement. Stop. Right now I need to stop what I'm doing. Nurture myself. Deal with my triggers and anxiety. Deal with my toxicity. Remember where my abundance is. Again, I keep getting abundance energy from the High Priestess and the Empress here with the pomegranates. Abundance. I think you also know here that all of this overworking and being overwhelmed all the time and being surrounded by people who are just taking from you is going to land you in a toxic energy in your mind, right? You're going to lash out finally at people if you don't take care of this. You don't nurture yourself. You're stretched too thin. You could also be mourning the loss of something, of relationship, of self. You may have had to make a choice between love and business. I think you feel trapped. Okay, I see. I see what this is now. I was wondering, where in the hell is this read going? Because, like, this is a love reading. Hello. Okay, so I got it now. You're doing all of this to deal with trauma from loss of relationship. Okay? So sometimes those of us who we want distraction, right? So sometimes we use work as a distraction because we're not having to think and unpack and do things with our trauma or our sadness or depression or whatever. So you are closing yourself away, denying yourself this need for nurturing and this need for purging and the need for feeling what you're feeling. You're tired of juggling it. So you're throwing yourself into work to distract you from the feelings. And even though it looks like here your life should be happy, your business is booming, you know, everything looks so fun and pleasing, you are overwhelmed. You've taken on too much. And you've taken that on in order to deal with the loss that you're feeling for relationship, for love. So everyone around you is benefiting from your sacrifices of self. Everyone around you is benefiting from this business booming and flourishing. But here you are making all the sacrifices and not being so happy. And this distraction from dealing with this breakup or this end of relationship or loss is still there. No matter how busy you get, it's still there. So I think maybe that's something that needs to be looked at. Yeah, heartbreak right here. You're doing this as a distraction from heartbreak, and you're trying to project the image, or maybe, you know, it's the case that you're happy single, you're contented, everything's going well, it looks like a picture perfect life, but in reality, you don't really feel that way on the inside. So I think you've made a decision to communicate that you are going to go off, jump off the deep end, and go have some adventures, and go take some time for yourself and move forward. You're tired of feeling like you've got to sneak out in order to have fulfillment. You've taken on too much. You're keeping everyone at arm's length because it's safer that way. You're not committing. Maybe some of you are having sort of connections that aren't really connections, right? What you want is sort of a new way of thinking, a new beginning. There could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius coming into your world to offer you some stability, offer you some conversation. There may be a man with a child coming in to your life that you can nurture. You may be thinking of relationship from the past. There could be children involved. This could be a baby daddy or whatever. But really what I think this is talking about is revisiting who you were in the past as a child before all of this responsibility and overwhelming and trauma and distraction and all of these chaos energies happening here. You're trying to get back to, again, your authentic self, who you were before all of this crap happened, right? And I think that's what you're going to try to nurture here. I think you're also, again, you're suffering loss of relationship. For some of you, this was a divorce. Others of you, this may have been an actual death. And you're trying to overcome and cope. So I think also that could explain why, some people in your life are just fillers, and activities in your life outside of your work maybe just be filler people, filler activity, filler this, so that you don't have to deal with your trauma or sadness or loss. So I think that you may be taking some steps moving forward. Again, you may be becoming involved with an air sign man who has children or has a child. It looks like you may be making plans with this person. A relationship that you thought was going to last forever didn't. You may have had to relocate. There may be some issues going on here with you about closing one chapter in your life and opening up another chapter. And I think you've been filling the moments with work and people who benefit from your work, but you're the one being overwhelmed from the work in order to close yourself off from having new connections. So I think that you're going to be moving away from that. You're taking a little bit of a break. You're nurturing yourself. I think you're getting yourself back right again. You may take a trip. You may travel. You may be going to look at a new home that you're moving into. But the ultimate goal is to bring back that balance in your life that you had, that happiness, that unending happiness that you had when you were younger, before the world was able to tell you who you were, or before all of the sadness set in. You want to get back to happiness. For others of you, maybe a parent may have died, or a loved one may have died, and you're getting back to being you again after the grieving process. Again, others of you, divorce. Nonetheless, you're finding the courage to control the confusion. Again, a lot of cards indicating trips. You've been holding back from yourself and not allowing yourself to experience life. And again, there may be new love coming into your life after you close out a chapter with this grief or this breakup. There may be new love coming in. You may be blending families with an air sign man who has children or woman. I think that you're going to try to find your balance again after you've been experiencing all the distractions. So Sagittarius, that's a lot to unpack. I think you've had a lot going on in life recently. A lot of changes. Sometimes we get wrapped up in maintaining that we forget to take care of ourselves. Especially, people who have children or people who have, a lot going on. But I think you've got new love coming into the picture. So let's take a look at that. Yeah. I think you've been spending a lot of your time caught between memories here and the stress and the filler elements. Again, there's distance for some of you. These trip cards that I kept seeing here may have indicated a distance between you and another person, or for those of you who have experienced a death of a loved one, you're feeling the absence. You've stowed yourself away over here, hiding yourself because you are afraid to get back out there and experience new things. Understandable. There's some issue with the repeated pattern when having to deal with fillers, right? There's some issue or karmic lesson here having to do with why do you approach trauma, dealing with trauma, by using work or people as a distraction from that. I think that you're going to be getting into a relationship with another person one day. I think you're going to have to take it very slow. You're conflicted about it. But I think you may be enjoying the newness. Some of you may be enjoying the newness of love. So, whew. Well, that's quite a lot. So let's get some love cards on it and see what they have to say. Manifesting miracles. Your dream is soon to become reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. Okay? Deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. Trusting intuition. Playfulness. Laughter is the best therapy. Have some fun together, and remember, love is the greatest healer. So that person coming in may help you not take yourself so seriously. And they may also help lighten your load. But understand that this is not a filler person coming into your life, a distractor. This is a person coming in who you may be able to grow old together. You may be able to have a meaningful relationship with. Peace. That's where you're trying to get to with these new changes. Peace. And so take a look at these two cards. Here and now, living in the present. You have 2 5s, so major changes have happened. But take a look at the difference in these two cards. You see this one. I don't know if you can see it for the glare, but there's a face inside this egg, and it's sort of like somebody's getting ready to pop out of the egg to be born. But they're also, excuse me, closing out a cycle and becoming part of a new cycle. And here they've emerged from that place, and now they've kind of made it their home. But the most important part is that they've come out of their shell here. And they're able to move forward. Now they're happy to anticipate what's coming toward them instead of hiding from it. Major changes have happened, and I think they've made you feel like you've got to hole up. And we have observer. So you don't always have to have an answer for everything, right? It's okay just to look around, to observe, to take things in, to figure stuff out. And again, here's another 5. So it's kind of time for you to fly. You know, it's time for you to fly out of this little hole you've been keeping yourself in, and it's okay to have new experiences. So, Sagittarius, that's what I have for you guys, and I'll be seeing you shortly for first half August.